Good evening, everybody, and we are back with our next webinar. And greetings and good evening from the Quantum Clinic, Mohali, Chandigarh. And our speakers are also there. Madam Gauri has already joined. Welcome, Madam. Welcome, Rakesh ji, and Nimrit, Shweta, and Oshan. So, welcome, everybody. And we were thinking of holding this webinar for quite some time, but we had so many other topics to choose. And recently we had webinars on parenting, on uh, conscious journey, and so many other topics we had already done that, nutrition, we took some time to reach here. So this was under planning for quite some time now. And it's a very, very important topic. And as it can be judged by the interest people have shown today evening to join this. And nutrition is a topic which is, which affects everybody, which everybody needs to understand. And it is required for, our daily living and for our health. And it is one of the most important aspect which we need to discuss and need to go a little deeper. We all want to stay healthy always. So everybody wants ki health achhi ho. Nobody wants to be sick. And any sickness which comes has, a lot of reasons which can be there for sickness. So sickness can be, in some cases, it may be just hereditary. It is coming from the genes, from the parents. But such kind of sickness are very, less number of people have hereditary problems. So maybe we can say just 5 to 10%. But majority of the problems we are facing, diseases and sickness we are facing, is mainly due to the lifestyle disorders. And lifestyle disorders are the main disorders which we are facing these days. Many decades back, when the country, was not independent, and at that time infections were the main problems, and a lot of people suffered from malaria, from cholera, from plagues, and things like that. And people used to die of infectious diseases. But nowadays the lifestyle disorders are the main problems we are facing. And lifestyle disorders, what are the lifestyle disorders? These are mainly the heart problems, the cardiovascular problems we are having, hypertension, diabetes. It's a very common problem, and it is, diabetes is all, it's like a, again, pandemic. We have a huge problem of diabetes, hypertension, heart problems in the country. And also we have cancer. So I am a cancer specialist, as most of you are aware, and I work in Max Hospital, Mohali, and we are running a clinic by name the Quantum Clinic, which is promoting holistic health. So I am ably assisted by my wife, Dr. Shweta, and two wonderful healers, Nimrit and Oshan, who are doing energy healing and working with the subconscious mind and helping our patients in their journey from sickness to health. And so we are trying to not only give medicine, but also treating everybody holistically. So taking care of all other aspects of life. So as I was saying, that we have a huge load of lifestyle disorders we are facing. The whole world is facing, not only our country. It's challenge for the whole world. So namely the heart problems, the diabetes, hypertension, and cancer. So which is again the focus of today's webinar also. And enumerating the causes of diseases. So I said hereditary diseases are there, which are less common, but the lifestyle, which mainly involves our diet, nutrition, what are we eating, how we are eating, when are we eating, and also the stress, emotions, and the interplay of feelings which we are, daily facing. So stress is one of the major factors of problems and sickness and diseases we are having, which we don't realize, because we all are stressed in our daily lives, and we may be ignoring a lot of things, not concentrating, not focusing, and not paying attention to certain aspects of our life which we actually need to, because most of us are very busy, and we are spending a lot of time in our professions, and in the process of earning, going to work, going to job, and at the same time not paying enough attention to our own health and lifestyle. So that is one of the main thing which we need to focus upon. And stress emotions have a lot of bearing on our health, and we may not be paying enough attention to our emotional health and to our mind, our mental health. And most of the times we are focusing on things which pertains to our physical body. And so diet and nutrition is one of the most important aspect for healthy living and for being healthy. So a lot of the risk factors for sickness are, uh, say, some are modifiable, some are non-modifiable. So like hereditary, we may not be able to change. We have, genes which we inherit from our from our parents. But we have a lot of things which are in our hand. We have control over so many things, over our lifestyle. So whatever we can do, we must do our best to have a healthful lifestyle. For example, smoking and alcohol. So a lot of people are addicted to smoking, tobacco, so which is a totally avoidable cause of sickness. So in our country, smoking and tobacco related cancers and heart problems and lung problems, COPD, so these things are very common. And all this sickness and diseases, they are totally avoidable if we just avoid smoking. It is as simple as that, right? So a lot of people don't pay attention to their health and are addicted to so many things, and obviously they fall sick because of their addictions. So we need to concentrate on what we are eating and how our food is being cooked, when to eat. So a lot of times we are just eating because our we are for taste, right? So we have to listen to our body, and our body is talking to us all the time, that when whatever we are eating. So a lot of times we overeat. We go to parties and we are very fond of Swedish at the end of our meals, but our stomach knows that it is full. It doesn't need more food to eat, but still we continue because of the taste, the greed to eat. So we need to listen to our body, that when how much is required, when I have to stop further eating. So overeating is a very common pattern, and overeating, indigestion, so these are leading to a lot of problems, lot of obesity, hypertension, and diabetes. So all these things are very closely interlinked, as our speakers, Mr. Rakesh Jain and Madam Gauri Rockam, will also focus on this. Another aspect I would like to introduce is the quality of food we are eating. One, and what we are procuring from market. So majority of food we are getting from market is not pure. It is laden with lot of pesticides, insecticides, and chemicals. And as a lot of you are already aware that we are also promoting organic farming, and I myself am holding we have organized a group where we have about 60 families, and we are growing our own vegetables. And so through organic farming, we are trying to procure pure non-chemical food for ourselves. And we are trying to procure whatever, there are other organic farmers. So wherever we get organic material, we are including in our diet a lot of organic things. So which again is a very important thing, and all of you must try to procure and grow your own food wherever possible. Organize your kitchen gardens, your rooftop gardens, and community farming, and asking your farmers and vendors to give you organic stuff. So, which again would go in a long way in improving your own health and the health of the community as well. So, few other patterns are that we are heating our food again and again. Ek bar, once we cook our food, and so we cook a lot of food, The leftover is kept in refrigerator. Again, we take it out, again heat it, again consume it. So it is destroying all the important vitamins in the food. So reheating, recooking again and again is again it produces a lot of toxins in the food which we consume, and it decreases the actual energy and the vitamin and mineral content in the food. So how we are cooking again and again, we are cooking, that is again harmful practice. We should try to avoid that. And another important aspect is the water content. We know that 70% of our body is water. So it's very important that we pay attention to the quality and quantity of water intake we are having. And it should start in the morning itself, when we get up and when we get connected to the universe back again. We should nourish our body with good clean water always, couple of glasses of water in the morning, in between. So we should have about 10-12 glasses of water daily, and also other liquids, not only water. And another aspect I would like to share is that as humans, we were created when our body was designed, and so we were specially created. Human body is just not only by evolutionary scale it has happened. A lot of things were specially created, and our body was designed to eat fruits, vegetables, and nuts. This was supposed to be the staple, the main, the nourishment for us. But in the process, over many centuries, and so humans have, through their intelligence, they have learned to process food. And more the food is processed, the more the quality of food goes down. So the processing of food is again a thing which decreases the quality. The packaged food, everything which is packed in a container which comes through factories, has preservatives, is processed, and it is laden with chemicals. So try to avoid whatever is processed and packed in factories. So we have to be very smart in choosing what we are eating, because whatever is processed has chemicals, has preservatives, and whatever the label on the box says. But be very and skeptical of everything, and be smart. Choose organic, pure, clean, hygienic things to put in your body. We have to be. It's a simple thing. We don't put, say, diesel in a petrol car. What would happen to the engine, right? So if you put diesel in a car which runs on petrol, you can imagine what is going to happen. The car is going to go, you will damage the engine of the car. So similarly, your body is supposed to handle certain things, and it is not supposed to handle certain things. All kind of extra things and chemicals is actually going to damage your own engine, and our engine is our liver. All right. So human body is a very beautifully designed machine. And if you just pay attention, we have a brain which is which is better than any supercomputer. We have eyes, and there is no other camera in the world better than our own eyes. There is no other better pump in the world which continuously works untiring. Our heart is such a pump. It works for 70, 80, 90, 100 years without failing, right? So we have to look after it. There is no better filter than our kidneys. Look how beautifully our body has been, physical body has been designed. So we have all these organs which are so working tirelessly for us. We have to respect our body and give it clean, good nutritious diet for it to stay healthy. So vegetables, like there are a lot of colored vegetables. We know of bell pepper, red bell pepper, yellow colored vegetables, green colored vegetables. So all these vegetables give us a lot of good nutrients, and there are a lot of formulas to create vegetable smoothies. And so vegetable smoothies are very helpful. So include these kind of things in your daily diet. and go for alkaline food materials and grains, and like millets. So many decades back, millets used to be one of the main ingredients, but gradually when wheat and rice became popular, so somehow millets were given up. But now again, the scientific knowledge and nutritionists, everybody is suggesting that we should include a lot of millets instead of wheat. Replace it with millets. We are ourselves trying all this, and very good recipes can be made from millets. And so try to learn how to cook your food with millets. Millets are like jowar, bajra, ragi, kodo, and a lot of other grains are there. But since wheat and rice are more popular, most of us are consuming that only, but there are so many other things. So include a lot of millets in your diet. Nuts like almonds are very good for they have got they're calcium rich, they have antioxidants, flavonoids. So these are protective chemicals. So have good content of vegetable salad always in your diet, and include other seeds like pumpkin seeds, chia seeds. So a lot of other seeds are also available these days. Include those also in your diet. And we can steam our vegetables if we are sometime not able to consume raw, if somebody has problem with their teeth. And avoid too much of dressings over salads. Dressings would make it very salt rich. Again, salt, lot of salt is also not good. Everything in moderation should be done. So include beetroot, aloe vera, parsley, and broccoli, cabbages, haldi. Haldi is traditionally very, Indian food is rich in haldi and other spices in moderate content. So all this haldi, adrak, these things are, and tulsi. So they include these things also in diet. Again, these have a lot of protective chemicals. Haldi has a lot of protective roles. And now, these things are now coming back from the West to us. Now, Western doctors are teaching us to have haldi in the form of curcumin. So that is the active ingredient in haldi. So haldi, that is turmeric, right? So it is very important to include small quantities of turmeric in whenever you cook food. And mushrooms are good. And try to decrease content of gluten and wheat in the diet. And there are some yogic drinks which we must include, like say lemon water. So nimbu pani is very good, but of course avoid sugars. So be wary of having a lot of white things in your diet. What are the white things? White things are white sugar. Sugar is absolutely no. Don't let it enter your home. Very sparingly you should take sugar, if at all. And substitute sugar with other things like say jaggery, or maybe a little bit of sugar or honey, and some other sugary things which don't give us calories, like stevia is there. You can have stevia plants in your home, and the stevia leaves can be used, and it's also available as uh, tablets and drops, etc. So try to avoid sugar as far as possible, right? And include things like spirulina, chlorella, and berries like you have strawberries, cherries, jamun. So all these things again have lot of protective chemicals which give us good health. Papaya, pomegranate, so all kinds of fruits, vegetables, they are good. Whatever seasonal you can procure. You don't have to be going for very exotic things. Even simple basic things available to you, they are good. So we don't have to go for very exotic salads. Your spinach, your say simple palak, dhania, methi, all these things give you enough chlorophyll, and uh, so they are good green vegetables which give you all the nutrition which you require. And a lot of exotic things are also available. There are exotic herbal teas like nettle tea leaf, which we commonly call as bichu bute, if most of you must be aware. And it stinges when we touch the leaves. Horsetail tea, oat straw. So exotic things are also there, but you don't have to be to go for exotic things always. We can derive good nutrition with locally available simple things like palak, dhania, methi, and your so ghia, tori, tinde, all these green things give you a lot of nutrition. I know it's very tough for our, as parents, our children are very, they don't consume these things easily. So we have to be innovative, devise ways, put these things into our, how to mash them, how to use them in sambar, how to use them in your sabjis. We have to devise ways and means to, cook these things and to make them more interesting and more palatable, more, say, to keep its nutritional value intact. So all these things are possible, but you just have to focus. And as doctors, as parents, we are ourselves learning and doing a lot of things. And as you know, my wife Shweta would also agree, and she's having tough time with me because we are changing our own dietary patterns and food patterns a lot, and introduced a lot of millets. So jowar, bajra, we have made idlis of jowar and bajra. We have made rotis of this thing. So it is all possible. If we being busy and all, we can do it, then I think everybody can do it. But we have to learn and focus on this thing. Right? Shweta, you have something to say?
We make dosas also
Yeah.
of ragi.
So millet dosas are also possible. I think Dr. Gauri will also share with her own experience with the diet when she gives her lecture. And so we have to focus and apply. That's very important. Knowledge is available everywhere. You can get so many books, you can get so many videos on YouTube. Everything is there, but be prepared to apply this knowledge in your daily life. Only then it is going to, and you can stay healthy forever. We can live for hundreds of years totally healthy. We can look young. We can reverse our color of the hair. It can be again black if there is graying. Everything is possible. But are we doing enough? Are we doing enough to bring changes in our life? That is important, right? So it's a big topic, and I know I can't take all the time. So I have given a fair amount of introduction. But another point I would add is to pray before food. We have to offer food to the universe, to God, and show our gratitude whenever we consume. We put good energy and how the food is prepared with lot of love, with lot of good feelings. If we are angry and we are preparing food, the anger energy goes into the food, right? We can't see it, but it is there. So all those things also we have to pay attention to, how we are cooking, with what feelings we are cooking, with what feelings we are consuming, right? So those things are also very important. And with this,
So I just want to add that whenever you are eating, give priority to the food. Rest everything is secondary. So you should not be watching TV while eating food. Your whole concentration should be on food. So you should not be attending phone calls or watching TV, because all these things can also radiate some kind of energy which may be positive or negative, which we don't know. So food should be going in the body with some positive high vibration.
yes.
So devote 10-15 minutes only to the food rather than doing anything else.
So actually, Dr. Shweta is telling me this because I'm yet to change this pattern. So this was directed to me. So with this opening remarks, uh, I'll invite Rakesh Jain ji